Hey guys, welcome to this about channel. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Put the post notification for you to be notified. Like the video and comment if you'd like. Let's get into pop and urban entertainment as we usually do. Nicki Minaj tweeted November 17th this year is when she's going to release the album. I believe it's pushed back again a little bit further, or not so much, but people are saying that she's quoting New Lewis if around a movie. I don't know if that's true or not true, but that's what they're saying. Again, on Princess Diana, it has reached #1 on Rhythmic Radio, so I believe that's a good thing. And Barbie World will be having a new pick next week, top 5, I believe at #5. Drake has announced the new album that's supposed to be dropping in 2 weeks. It will be around August 11th, and Nicki Minaj is featured in one of the singles in the album. Drake did announce the album around when he was about to do the tour It's All a Blur with 21 Savage. So hopefully you'll be streaming when that time comes. For now, we're all focusing on Barbie World's success. It's doing pretty well, so you'll continue streaming if you don't mind. Moving on, Britney Spears' memoir, which was delayed 4 months, postponed for 4 months after allegedly Justin Timberlake and Colleen, all these are her exes, did send cease and desist allegedly. But at first when this news came out, many people did speculate it was Justin Timberlake, but I did say that it could have been anyone because a lot of people were taking NDAs. But on other article, they're saying, however, a source has denied these claims to dailymail.com. Now, some articles are not really going deeper to that part of information. Some are like, the one that I just got it from somebody who has screenshotted it. But I do believe, somebody definitely did go through Britney Spears' book, especially a powerful person. All these executives in Hollywood, they definitely went through the book before she even announced the date to be released. Such unfortunate though, the moment she was freed from 13 years of consecutiveship, a lot of these have been blocking her success afterwards. Anyway, recently, a few days ago, Toxic has surpassed 1 billion streams on Spotify. It is the first and only solo song to do so. There's no any other song that has done so, unfortunately. But again, for those who are listening to the new release, they're claiming it's old vocal and an old cover picture. All this is just, side-eyeing at this point. Now, I thought CardiB and Offset, especially Offset, was releasing a whole album, but seems like he's beginning with a single with his wife called Jealousy, and a lot of people speculating that it's inspired from Glorilla. Now, this cover art has been done a lot, especially with black movies, so it does not belong to anyone, does not belong to Glor or anyone. Now, let's move on to the Twitter rant she had with her fans after asking about the album that she's been teasing for a long time. Early this year, she was supposed to release the album because there was an article claiming she was supposed to release early mid-year, which was in February, March, or April. But now she's out here cursing her fans, wishing them death and bad luck. As usual, this is not the first time, and this will never be the last time to me. And she tells them to go cry about it. There is no album, even if they are stunning her and nobody else, even the husband. But go cry about it. Now, she was on Space. Now, I don't know whether this is true or not true, but Queen Radio, it does not associate with Nicki Minaj. She even came out and said so. He does not associate personally with Nicki Minaj, but it's a fan page. It is very well known to be supporting Nicki's work and everything. She noticed the page, I believe, and she called them wink and other pages that do not support her or like her. But Redo later tweeted it's not real. Do not fall for the engagement. I don't know how true that is. I wasn't there. I'm just seeing some screenshots. And if he was there, a lot of times, a lot of body gang pages, they're always on Nicki's page too. So it's not a coincidence. Moving on to Doja Cat fan base, they feel like, Doja is on fourth album, yet CardiB is on a second but cannot release because of the writer strikes. Yikes. And they feel like, CardiB allegedly wants to be Doja so bad. Now, these two, they had difference early in their career. This is what I'll say. Doja Cat never used to respond, and people used to like it that way. But it came to a point where she started responding, that she became CardiB's mimic of, responding and throwing shade. She became CardiB's shadow, which kind of pissed a lot of people off. Now, these two get away with everything, especially casting their fans off, because they are the it girls. The industry is protecting them very heavily. Back to Twitter rant, she was back and forth with this blog page that, she always open-minded, does not always favor CardiB, and she knows it because Cardi always peeps every single, at this point she is baiting any blog that is heavily followed by the Babs connected to NickiMinaj, and see this is supporting Nicki a lot. She's going to be going back and forth with you. So I believe she's baiting, she's clout chasing, and she's know what she's doing at this point, especially CardiB. Just like Doja, she is again wishing you a happy day and wishes to stay away from everybody. So good positivity. But she was ranting at that space, like, goodness, you don't even know who you're ranting with at this point. But she loves to be loud. Tina Knowles, Beyonce mom, is filing for divorce from her second marriage with Richard Lawson. Unfortunately, after 8 years, they got married in 2015 after divorcing Beyonce's biological father, Matthew Knowles. Now they're claiming that Tina Knowles did change her name to Celestine Lawson. I don't know how true that was, but they're saying the separation is for the obvious reason, called irreconcilable differences. Is the main reason for the split. Now, my whole thing is, recently, Mama Tina was robbed in her house, 1 million cash plus jewels and all that. Don't you think like this is the time whereby your partner needs you more than getting a divorce? Or are they trying to change the lane? Allegedly, the Tina's family, Beyonce, Jay-Z, allegedly they can control media to their own storyline. So maybe they don't want people to focus on that robbery, but focus on this, divorce. Allegedly, that's my opinion. It's just an opinion. So you tell me what you think about that. I could be wrong though, but yeah. Moving on to, again, her tour in Chicago is increasing a lot of, the locals, cosmetic spas by a very good margin. So this is very expected, especially if, there is something good coming out of it. She's the reason for all this with the tour. Again, she's the reason with the inflation, allegedly. So people are blaming the inflation on Beyonce, and now people are praising the good increased rates, especially black-owned business, from the Beyonce's tour. So her being in your location can do something good and positive towards your business too. Moving on to Taylor Swift. She is rumored to do a soundtrack for season 2 of Heartstopper. Now, most of Taylor Swift soundtrack, they're really lacklusting. They're not that much of a bigger deal, but because she's Taylor Swift, they tend to do numbers and debut well on Billboard. Maybe she wants that Oscar this time. She does really want it. Again, on her achievement is she's expected to become the first female artist ever to spend 300 combined weeks in top 10 on the Billboard 200 next week. She would join the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, as the only act to accomplish the feat. So good for her. Congratulations to her. Congratulations to the Swifties for always supporting Taylor Swift. So give me your opinion on that if you don't mind. Moving on to Ice Spice. A lot of people feel like she was shading Lato for the alleged underwear that that was seen wearing several times, but she claims there are different types of, panties or underwears. Take a listen to this.
The baddies that get it. All my panties are pink. I always keep a panty because, like, you just be having to change your panties. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Now, to me, that wasn't shade, but why are you having an interview with Vogue, for Andes? Anyway, her daily single is expected to debut top 50. Moving on to our last topic, the US government is finally confirming the alleged UFOs and non-human bodies that the government has. Something like that. I mean, even if it's there, let me say something. With all this inflation, with all these people who are not loving you, the depression, now we have this. When are we ever going to heal in our lives? That's our last topic. If you have an opinion on any topics that I've touched today, please do. Thank you all. Stay safe. Love you all.